recently reading the book Bad Blood by John Carreyrou, where he discusses the endeavors of a Silicon Valley startup Theranos, headed by CEO Elizabeth Holmes. This company was supposed to bring about innovations within the biotech industry, but was later exposed for its corruption, fraud, threatening to sue those who would expose company secrets, and also avoiding FDA regulations and on a whole playing with patients' lives. This this house built upon a card of lies, so to speak, came crashing down inevitably, as do all endeavors which are based upon falsehood and corruption, so to speak. It serves to remind us that any endeavor done with dishonest intentions is bound to fail and bound to collapse, even if initially they may reap a small reward or a small benefit based on it. Another thing to be kept in mind here is the importance of not getting caught up in a mainstream hype up or panic, so to speak, or to focus one's attention upon what the mainstream may consider as the next big thing. Elizabeth Holmes, according to the mainstream narrative, was supposed to be this next big thing, this next big genius CEO coming from Silicon Valley, akin to Einstein, Hawking, Steve Jobs, or the other great CEOs of the last decade or so. Such was the fate of Elizabeth Holmes that instead of creating a dent in the universe as she was supposed to, she was fined, sued, and ultimately an outcast from the Silicon Valley realm. But the most important point to be taken from all of this is that the elites are not invincible. Some conspiratorial circles, some circles on the political fringes, may assert that the elites in power can get away with any and all sorts of things. As such, fighting back against them or attempting to create solutions to certain societal problems or engaging politically with certain movements is a pointless endeavor, as it's all controlled by the elites anyways. Although one can sympathize and perhaps understand such a notion, because indeed the elites have a mass amount of power and control over the narrative, and they can infiltrate and influence certain grassroots movements. It's altogether a pacifistic, quietistic, and defeatist mentality that is simply too cowardly to bring about change in the real world. Yes, the elites have a lot of power, they carry out a lot of evil things in the world, but humans have free will and agency. We can bring about change in the world, and it's not necessarily the case that we should just stay at home and just cry about it. Indeed, Elizabeth Holmes and Co., her company met its deserved end and fate and got the punishments that are well deserved. It wasn't simply the case that she got away with everything. People like John Carreyrou and others spoke up, spoke the truth when it mattered, and helped to prevent more patients from having their lives ruined by such an endeavor. It also helped to shine a light on the corrupt practices of certain Silicon Valley companies and certain Silicon Valley startups. Hence, it wasn't just the case that they were some overpowering force. The efforts of good people brought about an end to such evil endeavors. In a similar way, any of the elites, whether it be governments, big corporations, etc., can be brought to justice and their crimes can be rectified if good people seek to bring about policies that can bring about good change in this world.